Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League here on CIH Media. Tonight, we're coming to you live from the rinks over here at Great Park Ice. We're on rink number 3 tonight for a junior varsity matchup between the Inland Empire United Wolverines and the Damien Spartans. Good evening, everybody. My name is Eric Pesolano. Doug Peacock is along for the ride, bringing you the sights and sounds behind the camera tonight. Allie Kay is joining us as well. You might hear from her a little bit later on in the broadcast. Doug, we've got a couple of teams here who, you know, they haven't won a game yet, so somebody's going to come out on top here tonight. It's going to be a nice night for one of these two teams. Right now, Damien's 0-3. Inland Empire's headed into their second game. They're 0-1, but you'll love to see the improvement at the JV level. We're going to see somebody improve here tonight.
Somebody's going to walk out of here with a win. Let's hope we don't get one of those kissing sister situations with a tie, Eric. So Damien had 3 losses, so they're maybe a little more hungrier than the Wolverines. We'll see. Spartans, Wolverines. And their neighbors, they both practice out of the same rink in Ontario.
You know, it's not quite Michigan State, but the colors do align. It is Wolverines, it is Spartans. But we're talking high school hockey here tonight. So you mentioned, Damien, a few more games under their belt than Inland Empire United. These two teams are going to get another taste of each other in a couple of weeks. They're going to play again over on 5 Point Arena, so they'll get to play on the big rink. But here tonight, we'll see who can get their first 2, maybe 3 points of the season. Remember, no overtime in the regular season in junior varsity. It goes straight to a shootout. There is one other small thing that we need to point out here tonight. There are 7 players on Damien who are, or excuse me, 8 players for Damien who do not currently have a number on the back of their jersey. We're going to do what we can as this night goes on. So please bear with us. We apologize if we miss out on who is who. We just don't know who it could be. So we're underway here tonight from rink number 3 in Great Park Ice. This, of course, is the practice sheet of ice for the Anaheim Ducks. And we're ready to go as the Wolverines try to work things up out of their own end to start things here on the near side wall. Cody Bochter trying to get to it. He'll get a little help from his teammate Nathan Henriquez, and it's sent all the way down the ice. We're going to have our first icing call of the night. We get our first whistle here with 14:38 to go in this first period. This is not necessarily a close game for either one of these teams to travel to. Of course, Damien out in the Upland area, out near Rancho Cucamonga, so this isn't terribly close. And for Inland Empire United, of course, centered around in the Riverside area. So they hopped on the 91, then the 241, I'm assuming, just to get down here to Irvine here tonight. So as this one goes back behind the net, Magallanes has it here for the Spartans. Bochter sends it around the wall. Henriquez trying to force the puck up out of his own end, but the Spartans do a good job of keeping it down in the offensive zone. 4 of the skaters on the ice right now for the Spartans without any identification on their sweaters. Magallanes is the only one who we really know is out there right now. So it's knocked away, and this one is held in by Swearingen. Around the wall it goes. The Spartans going to try to work things up from their own end. The goaltender for the Spartans also does not have a name on the back of the jersey, and the number he is wearing is not on our roster. So again, apologize for that. We hate to bring that up, but in this case, it's pretty egregious here tonight, so I feel like we have to call it out. This one knocked down with a stick out of midair by Faith Horner. She did a good job of keeping it away from the goaltender. Marquez chasing after it, sends it around the wall. Spartans able to keep it in the zone. Brown is down there. Gets it out to the point. This is Ryan Cole who sends it underneath. And again, Jordan Marquez picks it up. Tries to go up through the slot, but he misses everybody. And William Barker Jr. tries to track it down here for the Wolverines, but he's undercut. We are 2 minutes into the first period. They play 15-minute periods at the junior varsity level here in the ADHSHL. This one off the stick of Robles as they try to send him the other way. And here's one that comes loose and is settled down by the goaltender Adrian Ortega, who so far this year has appeared in a couple of games for the Wolverines. Still trying to capture that first win of the season. I paused because I'm looking at the stats online and it says the Wolverines have 3 games to their credit. They've only played 1. Oh, Doug, it's good to be back. Happy New Year.
Interesting. It said 1 this afternoon when I wrote everything down.
Oh, wonderful.
Have to speak to the commissioner about that.
Yeah, get that guy over here. We got a face-off here to the right, and the linesman giving some instruction to the two in the face-off circle as this one comes back. And we'll get another stoppage in play. 12:44 to go here in the period. Castillo picks it up for the Wolverines, sends it around the wall to the near side, looking for a little bit of help, and it's chopped up off the wall. Pajkowski was there. Couldn't quite get it up and out of the zone. There's a hit over in front of the Inland Empire bench, but Ryan Cole able to, or excuse me, check that. Emma Marshall able to stand right back up. No problem, but we are going to have a penalty. And we'll see what the call is. Looks like we're going to get an interference call here. It's going to go against the Wolverines, and we're going to see our first power play of the game.
Almost hoping it was one of those nameless Damien players. We could find out a name, at least one of them.
That's going to have to be our saving grace at this point in time. Penalties at 2:42 of the
Now
first.
we are getting a Damien player in the box.
Oh, do we get one each way?
Not sure.
Some extracurricular activity afterwards?
No, I think it's just Damien.
Oh,
Interesting.
It's the opposite. Well, it looked like one of the Wolverines was upset and skated over to the box, but now I guess we're going to go the other way. And the penalty is going to be against Jeremiah Crowley, who normally wears number 4, and tonight just isn't. So a power play for the Wolverines here.
He has a black helmet with orange Warrior gloves, Eric.
That's why you're here. They don't call you the best color man in the biz for nothing there, Doug.
Thanks, Harry.
And the penalties at 2:42 of the first. So we'll see what Inland Empire can do as Brown tries to track it down. And maybe do something shorthanded, but the Wolverines able to push it up toward center ice. Robles and Brown again muscling their way, but a big hit here by Marshall along the near wall, knocked Brown down. Chaparosa comes in, goes to the backhand off the skate of the defender, and the Spartans take it back after the first 50 seconds of this power play have elapsed. Slapped that up ahead by Isabella Swearingen. But then Marquez gets it back here for Damien. Cody Bochter taking it ahead. Boy, it looked like Robles wanted to go off for a change, saw the puck coming his way and stayed on the ice. Bochter tries a shot, but the stick was lifted. Comes loose to the point. Olive pinches in and is able to hold the zone. Another bouncing puck this way onto the goaltender. That's the first shot on goal of this first period. As the puck comes loose in front, another one off the side of the cage. So the Spartans strike first in the shots on goal category. And they've got 20 seconds left on this power play before Crowley returns. This one knocked at by the Spartans. They couldn't quite get it out of their own zone. Sent up off the far wall. Spartans move ahead. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. We'd like to welcome into the booth the commissioner, Matt Blanchard.
Yo.
What's going on, Commish? Good to have you.
Getting to be the middle of the season. You know, it's not opening weekend anymore, so it's
I can't say Happy New Year anymore, right? They always say, how far into January can you say it until you have to stop?
Yep.
Well,
that lasted for 2 days, in my opinion.
Yes, because I said it to you a few days ago, and you got upset, visibly upset at me on the air. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
So here we are, first period. We got Damien and Inland Empire United. JV action in the house. How do you like the way the JV divisions have shaped up here over the first 2 weeks?
As far as play goes, or the way the league divided them?
I'll let you answer both.
Well, I mean, I think the play. I always like JV. I've learned to appreciate the JV level. These kids are trying their hardest to get to the next level of the varsity team. And they're out. The game is important to everyone. So this is the future of the league, and I think it's a good level for people, for players and student athletes to get acclimated to the high school game.
Going to get a roughing call here against Damien, and if we're lucky enough, we'll find out who it is. Doug Peacock has a bone to pick with you about jerseys with no numbers on.
Tell him to get in line. There've been floods in Pakistan, and I'm apparently learning that there is a hockey jersey supplier that comes out of Pakistan. So we've been impacted by that.
That is easily the most interesting story I've ever heard.
When I heard it too, I had to double check, and it is accurate. There's been a delay there, but again, as far as these are all new players to the league. They're not. It's not like we have our own seamstress right down the hallway, Doug.
Right.
So as much as I admire Doug and his affiliation for Red Bull, I have to say, patience is a virtue, young man. Now, the way we divided the JV this year is all new, as you know. The question is, do the fans know?
I do know that. I don't know if the fans know, but I was a huge fan of it.
I'm still on the bubble.
Really?
So yeah.
That's breaking news.
I think I'm going to end up liking it for one main reason, and that's 100% easier for me. But
right.
But we want to do what's right. And in years past, we've always divided them by talent level, an upper and a lower JV. This is the first year we've gone geographical.
Yeah.
So
the Lincoln,
this is a big North battle being played in Irvine. Yes.
The Lincoln Conference is all the teams that are north, if you look at a map, and all the teams in the Harbor Conference are the south.
That is correct.
Yeah.
So it helps us to make the schedule. We don't change anybody around from their divisions. Oh, no.
I don't see a call on that hit over there. I thought there might have been.
Now.
On that. There's Barker moving in, goes to the backhand, looking in front, but it's broken up. The Damien defense in front has been real good here in this first period so far. By the way, the penalty was against Crowley. That's his second. So he's got to be careful. He's halfway to disqualification at this point in time.
Halfway through the first period.
Yeah, a lot of time to go.
Well, and that's not like Damien has a large bench to play with either.
They do not. They only have 10 skaters here tonight. Well, maybe 11. 12?
12.
I see 12, yeah. So they're a little light here tonight. A bit more of a full bench for the Wolverines.
Yep. Now, the other big news for the JV this year is
one championship game.
Yes.
Not dividing.
Since we don't have an upper and a lower division.
It doesn't need to be separated. So the Harbor champion will play the Lincoln champion for the JV championship this year.
On Championship Saturday.
Championship Saturday. 4 games. It's going to be the best day of the year for more reasons than one.
Yeah.
I mentioned this before.
Yes.
I expect a birthday present. That's all. I'll just leave it at that.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. Battle down in the corner. We are back to 5-on-5.
So
again.
the
shot and a save by the Spartan goaltender.
Well, I was just going to say the scoreboard says 3 shots to 0, and we've played 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. Yes.
Really?
The Wolverines have all 3 shots.
The poor gentleman, or player, I should say, in the goal. He's going to get chilled.
That's Adrian Ortega, by the way.
Oh.
I know who that is. One of the few.
Goaltender Ortega better stay loose down there. It's going to be one of those one shot and it goes in the net tricks.
Oh, you got to be careful. You want to get lulled to sleep back there.
Yep. That's
for sure.
Well, I think both these teams are skating hard right now.
And they're going to see each other again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So.
Big Lincoln Conference battle.
I wonder if everybody knows why Harbor and Lincoln.
That's a good question.
Why are the 2 names?
Yeah.
So back in the day.
Does Red Bull know?
No. I think he might. So a few years ago, before this facility was at full capacity, most of the JV games were played at the rinks at Anaheim Ice, which is at the corner of Harbor and Lincoln in Anaheim.
That ADHSHL marketing division is spot on.
They should give those people a raise.
They should.
They do a real good job.
Yeah, they should. As soon as they get their social media dialed up, they'll be fine.
Wow. That's all I'll say. This one up the near side wall. Chaparosa has it. Oh,
nice pass.
The shot deflects, pops up in the air. That's not going to be a save, but we'll get a stoppage in play with 5:46 to go in this first period. We got a big weekend here on the network, by the
Do
way,
you?
Kamish. We got
Do you?
12 games.
Really?
Actually, I think now 14. No, it is 12. Yeah, 12 games this weekend on the network.
Wow, that's one of the largest weekends ever.
Outside of Vegas, it is one of the largest weekends we have ever
Wow,
done.
congratulations. That's great. I'll be here all day long starting at 9 a.m. on Saturday.
Hey, same. I'll see you here. At a 9 a.m. game on a Saturday. We made that schedule. The puck comes loose over on the far side, and the Spartans trying to get something going offensively here. They don't have a shot on goal yet. And maybe they could get
But Inland
here.
Empire, one of the rare teams with a female coach.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know her name. That's my Chuck imitation.
That was well done. Or you could explain to the crowd what a Lobo is.
Yeah.
For the next. If you didn't get a chance to watch the game last night between Irvine United and Capistrano United, a D3 game, go back and listen to Chuck Lasik explain to everybody what a Lobo is.
Or attempt to.
Or attempt to, because he had no idea. He thought a Lobo was a coyote. That is not the case.
Oh, nice move.
Good move there. Shot comes through. And that's exactly what Kamish was talking about. You can't get lulled to sleep, and the Spartans on their first shot of the game find pay dirt, and they lead this one 1-0.
The coaches on the bench kind of look at each other, lean back, and go, that's the way we drew it up.
Sit back, play defense.
Take a shot.
You never know what could happen.
Yep. Well, it was good talking to you, Eric, and Red Bull. Have a good time.
Kamish, thanks for your time. Always great to have Matt Blanchard on the air with us here on a Thursday night. The second of 4 days will be at this venue for the rest of the weekend. Lots and lots of action. 12 games in the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League. Go to CIH-media.com for the entire schedule. Normally I'd read it out to you. I don't have that lung capacity here tonight, Doug.
Earphones are nice and warm. Thank you, Kamish.
Swearingen carries it into the offensive zone. Shots right now 3-1 in favor of Inland Empire United, but they trail in the game 1-0. Sean Scott is your goal scorer. The interesting part, Doug, is even though we're finding out who these players are, it's still hard to differentiate who they are on the ice in real time. We only find out afterwards. There's a save by Ortega who'll cover that one up.
Magalanis right in front had it, and he fell down. Couldn't get the biscuit back in the back of the net.
That goal for Scott is his first of the year. The Spartans, this is their fourth game of the season. They have 4 total goals so far this year. Inland Empire United put up 4 in their opener.
That's Sean's first point of the season as well. No assists in the first 3 games either.
You know what I'm realizing here, Doug? Looking at these stats and why a lot of players have more than 1 game played, I believe the official statistics on the league website actually count all the games you play for your program. It doesn't limit it to JV or varsity.
So if you've played up for varsity.
Yes. Those games are accounted for here in that list, so that makes a lot more sense now. We're getting our wits about ourselves in week 2. Behind the net, this one sent around the wall to the near side. Avalon Janish trying to get it up and out, but wasn't able to get enough on it as it goes over to the far side for Lucas McCaden. Janice trying to track this one down, but the Spartans get to it first here. 3.25 minutes left to go in this first period. Spartans up 1-0. They've caught up in the shot total. It's 3-3. And here come the Spartans 3 against 2. A move around Swearingen. Shot save Ortega. And the rebound ends up back behind the net. In the slot, Robles shoots. Another pad save, rebound far side. And it was taken away by Nathan Henriquez.
It's like Damien starting to get its legs here near the end of the first period.
It'll be interesting to see how Curtis Fisher runs the Spartans here in this game here tonight. If he starts to shorten up shifts a little earlier than normal with the limited amount of players he's got and try to save those legs for the final stretch in that third period. Into the middle, that one is chopped at by Hunter Lockhart. Sent around the wall, and the Spartans do keep possession in the zone. Poked at. Into the middle, Bochter intercepts it. and trying to come over to help out. It was one of his teammates, but he didn't need it, and that's going to be offside. 2:11 to go in this first period. Don't forget, if you want to watch this game later, you can go to cih-media.com/premium and sign up for a premium membership. $10 per month or $75 a year, up to you. You'll get access to every game we've ever covered on CIH Media, both in the ADHSHL and the LA Kings High School Hockey League as well. We've got 3 games in the LA Kings High School Hockey League on Saturday, and we've got a broadcast crew, Doug, that's going to try to pull off something that we've never been able to. So it'll be an interesting experiment, but when you have a 17-game weekend between these 2 leagues, you kind of have to figure it out. But Caleb Tessitore and Michael Alexander are going to call a 4 o'clock game at Pickwick Ice in Burbank, and then a 7:15 game at the Simi Isoplex. And they're going to try to get over there in time. We'll see if they can do it.
Well, they'll have to borrow the transporter from the Enterprise. I'm sure Captain Kirk will wouldn't mind.
We might need it. They're not the only ones trying to attempt something that's never been done before. We'll talk about that at the next stoppage. 1.5 minutes to go in the period. And this one is picked up by Alex Chaparosa, who skates into the offensive zone. A couple of nice moves to get it into the middle. Looks for some help, but again, the Damien defense very stout in the middle, not allowing passes to get through. That one is held by Chaparosa. Knocked away by a glove and backhanded to center. And reaching for it was Emma Marshall, but instead it's the Spartans who come away with it. Slapped at, ends up here into the near side corner, where Trevor Piatkowski will reverse ice.
I think that's Jeremiah Crowley, the Dallas Stars looking jersey there with no number. He had a penalty earlier. He's got the orange Warrior gloves.
Yeah, he's got 2 penalties actually, so if he gets 2 more, that's going to be it for him, plus a 1-game suspension, so he's got to be careful. Remember the new rules that were put in place last year, 4 penalties is disqualification now, not 5. And then if your team commits 12, the coach gets suspended for the next game. It's no longer a 15 penalty threshold. So USA Hockey trying to tighten things up at the high school level. 0.5 minute to go here in the opening frame. Spartans control back behind their netminder and send it around the wall. Wolverines doing a good job of trying to shift that momentum back in their favor here in the waning moments of this first period. Robles, with 10 seconds to go, shoots, and that one stands up Ortega, and he catches it as it comes loose.
Got some mustard on it. Just traced up a little bit high and hit the goaltender right in the pads. Chest pad, that is.
The goaltender tonight for Damien is Damien Joplin. It is not spelled the same way.
Yeah, a little different.
Or is it spelled the same way?
It is. Well, my roster is spelled the same way.
It is spelled the same way.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I read that as an A.
Wonder if that's why he went to Damien.
I'm sure that was the only reason. First period's going to come to a close. 15 minutes in the books. It's 1-0 Spartans at the end of 1. You're watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League right here on CIH Media.
You'll get the edge when you do business with Pip Printing and Marketing Services in Santa Fe Springs. With products that vary from as small as a business card to as large as a roadside sign, Pip has the printing technology to get the job done for you. Make your brand more recognizable in any space, in any place with Pip Printing in Santa Fe Springs. Mention the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League for 10% off your first purchase. Visit pip200.com or call 562-921-5188 today. That's pip200.com or call 562-921-5188 today.
Welcome back to the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League here on CIH Media. We head to the second period. Spartans on the board first. They lead it 1-0 over the Inland Empire United Wolverines. My name is Eric Pesolano. Doug Peacock is along for the ride. Ali Kay is joining us here tonight as well. And Doug, after that first period, there was a lot of momentum for Inland Empire United. They couldn't break through. Damien had one crack at the net, and they found a way to score.
Yeah, but Damien is caught up in the shot count. Actually, they've gone ahead 7-4. So it started off slow. Damien couldn't get anything on the net, then he did. But Inland Empire keeps pushing, and I think something's going to happen here in the second period for him, Eric.
Sean Scott, the lone goal scorer in that first period. It is an unassisted goal that happened at the 2:42 mark of that opening frame. So we start period number 2, 5-on-5 with Magallanes moving up ahead and having it knocked off the tape. And this is a delayed offside here. Now, Doug, you brought up something interesting during our timeout when we were on our commercial break. You mentioned Jeremiah Crowley has been charged with 2 penalties, but you realized it was 2 different players who were sent to the box on each penalty, that perhaps there's an error in scorekeeping here. Yes,
actually the gentleman in the dark green jersey that's out there right now is the one who actually got the second penalty. Well, let me put it this way. He was the one sitting in the box. Don't know, maybe, who knows, but yeah. So Crowley maybe have a wrong conviction here. We may have to get the governor to give a pardon or something. Commish, maybe the commish.
Maybe the commish.
Commish can pardon him.
Off the draw, that one hops in on Ortega, who makes the save. He's now stopped 6 of 7 after stopping 5 of 6 in that first period.
Now what's interesting is I just noticed this player with the dark green jersey has a number 4 on the back of his helmet. Maybe that is Crowley, and the other kid was somebody else.
I don't know what to do anymore. I just work here, man.
That's it.
Speaking of working here, I talked about trying to do something different. These 2 varsity teams are going to play at 8:45 tonight, also on CIH Media. I'm also doing play-by-play for that game, so I might have to vacate a little early, Doug, and you might have to bring us home. We'll see how it goes.
I should be broken in by then.
Yeah, you should be all right. Bouncing puck here to the near side, and there's a hit that knocks down Danielle Davalos. She gets right back up. And where's that puck? Is it caught? I think it was caught in the shell there for a minute of one of the Spartans, and this one backhanded up and out. He didn't like that there was no call. That's the player you said had the number 4 on the back of the helmet. That could be Crowley. That's Swearingen. And another big hit over in the corner, and Davalos, or Swearingen rather, has to stand up from that one. But no problem for her.
This could be an Oliver Stone movie with trying to figure out who all these players are.
You have the most interesting comments. I must say. We have an icing call here. 13:10 to go. I've heard Governor's Pardon. I've heard Oliver Stone movie. There was one other one you said earlier in the first period. You certainly know what you're doing.
Sometimes.
Chaparosa going to take the draw here. Looks like Marquez is going to step in, or is Robles going to do it? Robles will take it instead. Backhanded by Chaparosa in the middle, but again, it hits a Damien leg. That's been happening quite a bit for these Wolverines here tonight. Both teams searching for their first victory of this 22-23 season. Spartans 0-3 right now. The Wolverines 0-1. McCadden into the middle. Swearingen, or excuse me, Janish rather, gets to that, sends it the length of the ice. But we will not have an icing call apparently. So the Spartans move it up with Magallanes. Robles over there to help, wants to chip it along the wall, but cannot get it by Piakowski. And Robles off the linesman. That play ruled onside as Marquez waited for the puck to cross the blue line, and it didn't come back out. Robles in front, that goes off Ortega. That's not a save, but he was in the way as that puck came into his crease and popped right up into the glove.
It'll be interesting to see which jerseys actually Damien wears this year. This is one of their older jerseys. Last year they actually had the school crest on the jersey, and most of the jerseys out here I see are probably what was left over in the dressing room for the coach. So they're still waiting for those jerseys that the commission told us about. They were stuck in Pakistan, he said?
I believe Pakistan.
Pakistan,
was the country with the flooding. Yeah. But I'm no meteorologist. So here's Olive, who has it back over in the corner, and Damien had it stripped off the stick here. Loose puck in between a bevy of players to the left of Ortega and picked up by Henriquez, who can't quite get it out. Spartans remaining relentless just inside the blue line, and now it's backhanded to safety momentarily. Whipped back in, though, by Damien. And this play is going to be called for icing. With 11:47 to go in this middle period, the Spartans still hanging on to that 1-0 lead. Again, coming up next, Inland Empire United and Damien. Their varsity Division III teams are going to hit the rink over at 5 Point Arena. Coverage begins at 8:45. It'll be myself and Christian Ilton on the call. I'm going to need a lozenge by the end of the night, Doug. We'll see how this all plays out. Marquez wins the faceoff. This one bounces around over on the far half wall. Just to the right of the Wolverine bench. Robles comes away with it. Marquez gets the tap ahead. Barker right on top of him. Physical play down into the corner. Marquez slams on the brakes. Got a man at the point. He'll get it there. Spartans have a pretty good look as they try to bounce one down in front, but Ortega will put the glove down on top of it and pick up yet another save. His third of the period, 8th overall, of the night.
Spartans starting to pile on the shots now. 10-4 over the Wolverines.
I have 9-3, but who's counting? Crowley fires a shot. Swearingen blocks it down. And it's held in as Marquez plays it in the corner, and he's bodied up almost immediately by Swearingen. Dibble down there as well. He was the one who originally thought he was going to get a penalty earlier in the game, and it went the other way, so he was pleased with that result. Bouncing around. Wolverines trying to get it out of trouble. That one did come out, so the Spartans have to tag. And they're not all aware yet. Marquez is leaving the ice surface, so he was offside before he changed, but now the puck left the zone, and there will be no infraction for offside. Wyatt Dibble gets it in front to Lockhart. Lockhart shoots and scores! Hunter Lockhart with his first goal of the year. Dibble gets his first assist. And the Wolverines tie it up. It's 1-1.
Nice bullet into the back of the net. Looks like we're going to have a good game tonight, Eric.
I think you're right about that, Mr. Peacock. The time of the goal is at 4:33 of period 2. It is Hunter Lockhart with the goal and the assist to Wyatt Dibble. We got a brand new hockey game here as we approach the midway point of period number 2. That shot went wide around the wall. Dibble was over there again. A little help now by Matt Castillo. Ryan Cole tries to backhand it out. Lockhart trying to settle it, get a shot away. Huge shout out to the Inland Empire United crowd for showing up tonight. They have almost filled these bleachers to my right. And coming out here on a Thursday night to make it here on time, you got to give them a ton of credit, and they are enthusiastic as ever. As their team just tied it up a few moments ago. Bounces away from Cole at the point. Dibble trying to track it down, bounces away. This play is a delayed offside call. Spartans have it. Castillo's got to leave it alone. And it's slapped up and all the way down to the Wolverine end, where it is picked up by Cody Bochter. This pass misses everybody. And we'll have an icing call with 9:18 to play.
Well, as you mentioned, Eric, the Wolverine parents are going to have a doubleheader with the varsity game starting not too far away from now.
Yeah, I got about 20 minutes left before I got to run over there. The whole third period might be yours. We'll see. Spartans win the draw. Crowley sent it in from distance, and that got all the way to Ortega, who made the save. Loose puck picked up by Davalos. Pietkowski over there for the Wolverines as well, but taken away by Robles, who gets stood up by Isaac Marshall. Piakowski trying to send it to the offensive end. Chaparosa picks it up. Into the middle for Marshall. Tries a shot, but gets knocked off his tape. Davalos helped hold it in along with Lucas McCadden. Or excuse me, rather, that's Piakowski. That's looks like 68, not 88. Piakowski will go track down a rolling puck here with 8.5 minutes to go in period number 2. Say this play is good, no icing here. You can see some of the players from the varsity teams watching beyond the glass. Some of the Wolverines, in fact, as that one gets loose back behind the goaltender Joplin. And he was able to at least get a leg on it. He stopped 1 of 2 here in this period.
Pretty scary when the goaltender's looking behind him.
Yep. Marquez into the middle looking for Magallanes a little too strong. Here comes a shot from the point. That one's blocked down by Marshall. Marquez shoots. That one stands up Ortega. He drops it, though, and gets the benefit of the doubt as the whistle sounds. Well, the draw will be to the left of Ortega as we approach the halfway mark of period number 2.
And we have a goalie change for the Wolverines.
Yeah, we do. It looks like Gavin DeTurt is coming in.
Yep. So a little platooning and a penalty as number 55.
Yeah, it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. I think they gave him a 10, though. So you don't get a power play for that. It just becomes a misconduct. Did they call Magallanes for it? Was it Damien?
It's 55. Wolverines are in the box.
55 in white.
Yeah.
So that'd be Danielle Davalos who was called.
Interesting.
And I am not entirely sure why. So 7:10, the time of the penalty. Davalos. This one comes into the Turk. Oh, you know what I think it is, Doug? I wonder if the goaltender arrived late and someone is serving the penalty.
But wouldn't that be a power play?
Well, yeah, you got a point. Never mind. You win.
This is some sort of a misconduct penalty of some form.
Yeah, because it was hands on hips.
Yeah. The famed Las Vegas call from a year ago.
Oh, do not bring that up in front of Matt Blanchard. This one goes through and this one gets redirected into the corner. A couple of years ago when some of the referees in the Vegas showcase decided that unsportsmanlike conducts were going out of style and were handing them out as such, that actually forced the tournament to play shorter periods just to prevent from the games taking too long. This one is rifled over into the corner. Thankfully, that issue has been resolved.
My favorite was the relative in the crowd got thrown out of the game because he said, "Oh, come on, ref." That's exactly what he said. He was standing right near me when I was calling the game.
Oh, we love it out in the desert.
Yeah.
Here's Barker with a shot, and that one trickles just wide. 6 shots for the Spartans this period, just 2 for the Wolverines, but they did score. And we are even at 1 here with 6 minutes left. Chuck, you're going to get Chuck. I'm so sorry. Doug, you're going to get a heck of a third.
Liar's a shot. No.
Here's Barker. Over in the corner, there's a big hit. That was into the chest, so that's not a penalty. That's a clean hit, and that's more of what USA Hockey wants to see. Hits to the front. It's the hits from behind.
Big no-no.
And too far away from the boards. Yeah, that and charging. Those are much bigger of an emphasis this year. Robles tries to drag it into the middle. He'll get it back, and he rifles a shot and hits Olive right in the back. So the Wolverines standing tall defensively. Head coach Nicole White must like that effort in front. Under 5 minutes left here in the second period. And we'll get a stoppage back behind the net. They'll draw here to the left of the goaltender. And Detert. Hey, joining us on the air right now, one of the newest additions to CIH Media, Allie Kay is here, who's very familiar to Ducks fans around Orange County, as this one comes loose in front. It happens every time. Every time I want to start an interview, something happens in front of the net. So this one bounces around in front. Joplin looking for it, and the Spartans pick it up out of the corner and try to move it up to center. Allie, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
I'm excited. And, this headset is fitted to Doug right now.
Yep, get used to that. That's going to happen around here every now and again. There's going to be a lot of adjustments.
Lots of adjustments, but no, I'm excited. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, thanks for being here. I know you've been around the high school hockey league a little bit, working with the Ducks and doing the all-star games a lot of the time. As it looks like we're going to get a penalty here right on cue. We'll see what the call is. It's going to be hooking here, and it's going to go against the Wolverines. But you've seen a lot of high school hockey over the last few years. What's your initial impression here after watching a JV game here early in the season?
Well, you know what? I grew up in watching the high school league, and ultimately the growth of this. But not only that, I feel like I'm actually watching JV right now because they're strong out there. This is fun to watch, and I'm excited to see ultimately, I guess, where the season goes.
We never quite know. Chuck Lasik, who I referred to a minute ago erroneously, my good friend and partner for the past 15 years, we come into every year saying, right when we think we've seen it all, something happens that you've never seen before.
Something will surprise you, right?
Exactly.
Or maybe it's not surprising. I don't know.
We expect the unexpected around here nowadays. That's usually how that works, as Detert comes up with a save here on this Spartan power play after Bachter was called for hooking. And a power play here for the Spartans. So we'll see if Damien can get back on top. So you're gonna wear a different hat this year. You're gonna put on the headset a few times and come out and do some commentary for us. What are you looking forward to here as we get this train rolling?
You know what? I'm just excited to be around this, and back in this environment. But I think it's been really neat to see the growth of hockey over the last few years, to be completely honest, and to be here in this newer facility too, and just be back in action. I think that ultimately excites me. But I'm excited to see the players, see the growth of hockey. Even these JV teams even seem strong to me. Maybe it's been a minute since I've been watching some high school games, but it's fun. It's exciting to get back into hockey.
The JV level used to be a pushover. It is not that way anymore.
No.
After these, this is the league's 15th year. And I think a team that was JV back in years past might be considered a bunch of skaters who were just getting out on the ice for the first time, and that is no longer the case in this high school league. So it's competitive as this shot comes through, and Detert able to turn it aside. Has 4 saves since entering the game and 3 on this power play, which still has 45 seconds remaining. So Marquez over on the far side. It comes loose inside the blue line, and that one chopped away at. That one had Detert leaning the wrong way and was able to deflect it up into the protective netting. So you're going to be doing some commentary this year. What's your impression of these Spartans and the Wolverines here through the first period plus?
You know what? Well, it'd be nice to see some numbers.
Okay,
let's identify some players.
The first thing you do coming on the air and taking a shot at the commissioner in a roundabout way, you're going to fit right in.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
Welcome.
I'm not out yet.
Nope. You may have been promoted. But yes, the jersey numbers will come in time.
Those will be here soon. So yeah, not to worry. But I know you guys were saying too that some of these players that they even start to play up into the varsity league as well. So I think that'll be neat to see too, to see what these other players can do. Going from the JV level up to the varsity level, and kind of playing back and forth.
They'll play a lot, especially on days where the two teams play on the same day. There is a decent chance once this game is over, we might see some players go over there. The only problem is that rule that Doug and I were just talking about is the late arrival rule. If you're not there by the start of the game in uniform, you do have to serve a 2-minute late arrival penalty. And I don't know how many penalties these coaches would like to take out of the gate. Although if they both decide to send 2 players over there and it's equal, Maybe it works out for everybody.
Then it would be okay. We'll have to see what happens. Is there a penalty for us too, being late over there?
I'm about to find out. Once I leave in about 10 minutes, because I got to go over there and call that other game, we are certainly going to find out. Doug Peacock is going to take over play-by-play. If you want to leave the headset on, you're more than welcome to. We'll get another one in here that fits properly.
All right, sounds good. I know. I'm like, apparently I have a small head over here. Okay, I've been told that I fit in kids' hats.
We'll make sure when the swag.
I'm sure that's what everyone wanted to know right now.
When the swag comes through, we'll make sure we do proper adjustments. Loose at center here. Final 100 seconds of period number 2. We're still tied at 1. Good JV matchup tonight in the Lincoln Conference between the Wolverines and Spartans. As this one comes into the middle, Robles tries to weave his way through traffic. Oh, big stop by Deturdu. Got a piece of that one. He's already stopped 8 shots since entering the game right around the halfway mark of this period. So coming in a little cold, but no problem for Deturdu. As this puck bounces around here to the near wall, Marcus Menek had it. He was trying to look for an offensive opportunity. Now a race for the puck all the way down the near side. It'll be an icing call with a minute to go. Allie, we can't wait to have you aboard. Thanks so much for stopping by and saying hello and kind of seeing how this whole organized chaos works week in and week out. But maybe we'll talk to you again on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. No, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited. I'm excited to see who's going to take this game tonight, too.
Yeah, and maybe it'll go to a shootout. It's certainly headed in that direction.
Could get exciting.
So the draw here to the left of Joplin. This one goes back behind the net. One of the Wolverines falls down. And it comes loose over on the far wall. A little bit of a 2-on-1 in front, but the Wolverines able to get back defensively and knock it away in the middle. This comes to Cole, who fires a shot. Olive a little back tap to try to get it out, but nowhere to go, and now on a second opportunity gets it out to neutral ice. 40 seconds to play. Doug Peacock is going to take over for the third period, folks. So join him here as this one is loose in the crease, and it's swept away just in front. Johnny on the spot there to knock that one out of the way. Faith Horner with a nice play defensively, and she was right in the middle of things. Made a heads-up move. Loose puck over to the far side. Horner racing after it. Spartans pinching in as well. Janish trying to get it up and out as there's a collision right at center. Lockhart with 5 seconds left. Can he get a shot away? As he tries to fight off a defender, he can't, and the Spartans are able to hold serve there. So the second period comes to a close. We will head to the third and final frame. It is 1-1 Wolverines and Spartans as you're watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League on CIH Media. Stay tuned. Doug Peacock is going to bring you the rest of the way.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the third period. This is Doug Peacock. I'm doing it all now. I do have Ali V here helping me with the scoreboards as Eric jets off to 5 Point Arena do the varsity game, so I will be doing cameraman and play-by-play, so pardon me. As the Wolverines bring it in right after the face-off, the opening face-off here of the third period. And taken away by Damien. Damien in the green jersey, supposed to be green and gold. Got a few practice jerseys, as Eric's been telling you, as number 17 brings it in, takes a shot, saved there by the goaltender. Deterred for the Wolverines. Damien with a huge advantage in shots, according to the scoreboard, 20-8. But the score tells it all, 1-1. Spartans now try to chip it out, and comes across the blue line there, taken there by the Wolverine defenseman, and she'll just kick it back in. Chased down by the Spartans. One of the unidentified players chirps it up to Robles. Grabbed there by the Wolverines. He drags it back in, but loses it for a second, and then chipped out along the boards to the neutral zone. Bochter now takes it, shoots it, and this will probably be icing as it touched nothing in sight. And we'll get an icing at 13:38 here in the third. Still 1-1. Face-off will come all the way back into the Wolverine zone. Knee to the left there of goaltender Gavin Dirtit. To his left, comes back. Damien tries to take control of it. Magalanis gets a stick on it there, one of the few players, and Damien with actual number and a name. Wolverines now skated out in front of their own bench. Gets taken away for a moment. Now dragged back in by the Wolverines, number 11. Gets chipped all the way back. Damien sends it back into the Inland Empire zone, and we'll get another icing call at 13:13 here in the third. Eric off. CIH Channel 2 coming up shortly. The varsity teams of these exact same teams, Damien and Inland Empire United, will be playing in a few moments on the big rink, 5 Point Arena here at Great Park Ice. Face-off controlled by the Wolverines. Dumped towards the middle. Grabbed by 51. Can't get his stick on it. Comes up there to Bukowski. Dibble, number 51. Eric's been saying all the names. I've been looking at the camera, so I haven't got them all memorized yet. Apologize for that. So I'm doing both camera work here and play-by-play. Spartans bring it back. Mid-speed, takes a shot right into the goaltender for the Wolverines, and he'll stop it at 12:36 to go here. Still 1-1. And interesting situation, the misconduct penalty to 55, Davalos, appears to be over. Not really sure what that was about. She heads back to the bench. Might have been one of those comments made, and the referee didn't care for it. Damien controls after the face-off, takes a long shot, a little bounce there, but the goaltender for the Wolverines hangs on. Lockhart, number 42, the lone goal there for Inland Empire. He'll take the face-off against Robles. Face-off to the right of the goaltender. Damien pulls it in after the face-off, goes back behind the goal line. Out there by Faith Horner, number 14. Lockhart brings it up. The lone goal for the Wolverines, coming down looking for two. As it poked away from him. Damien trying to control. Now the Spartans will drag it out across the blue line. Loses control of it. Horner grabs it there for a moment, taken there. 17 gets it back to nameless player, Robles. It's a weak backhander, loose puck in the crease, nothing. And no one could find the handle of the puck, and the goaltender now, so we get a little bit, some extracurricular stuff, and we're gonna get some penalties, I'm sure, out of this. going to be at least a couple of roughings, or going to get one for sure. Damien player going off. And so is number 14 for Inland Empire. Damien player can't tell who it is. Absolutely no numbers whatsoever. Helmet, nothing. Number 14 that'll be Faith Horner. So I think it's going to be a couple of coincidental minors for roughing. So the referee informs the scorekeeper and what to put in the official scores, which can be found on the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League website. If you punch in the live score of the game, you can actually see what's going on. As far as the stats go, maybe a few more penalties than just the coincidentals, as we see Inland Empire, number 14, getting a 2-minute. Might be an instigating. And we'll see what happens here. So there might be an extra 2-minute penalty. Coaching staffs. Well, no, we got a 5-minute penalty now for Damien on the board and a 2-minute penalty for Inland Empire. So if my math is correct, that should be a 3-minute power play somewhere down the line for the Wolverines. And perhaps some misconduct penalties coming with that as well. So the Damien is credited as number 0. Gets a 5-minute penalty. Now, I'm assuming it's a major, which means Inland Empire, once they have the man advantage, and we have a player and the offending player has been ejected from the game and replaced in the penalty box by someone who will serve the 5-minute major. So check the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League website, Score Live Scoring, to find out what's going on. Face-off will be right in front of us, down below our broadcast booth. We're 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then the Wolverines should have a 3-minute power play, and they can score on it as many times as they want. Big save there, and goes into the back of the net. That'll count as an even strength goal for Damien. And they'll need that if the Wolverines get the 3-minute major. So 4-on-4, that'll be an even strength goal there. For the Spartans. So 2-1 Damien. And the clock mark on that is 11:22 remaining here in the third period. Still 1:40 left in the minor penalty to Faith Horner of the Wolverines. And once that expires, the Wolverines will have a 3-minute power play. And they can score on it as many times as they can get it into the back of the net. Damien bringing it down again. Bochter now takes it away, goes behind his own net. Runs into a Damien player and just bowls him over. Hangs on to the puck. Long pass over to Barker, number 2. Loses it across the blue line, gets it back to Barker. Barker gets a shot on. Kick save there by the goaltender for the Spartans. And this will roll down. No icing. Oh, no, they do blow the icing on it. Thought he was going to let it go. 4-on-4. Icing, the rules do apply. And we'll have a face-off all the way back in the Spartan zone. 10:40 to go here in the third. 58 seconds before the Wolverines start their 3-minute power play. Damien, however, has already scored once. So the Wolverines need to get one to tie and a second to go ahead, and this will be another icing call this time on Inland Empire. So we'll now face off all the way back in their zone. bit of a miscue, not realizing on which side of the red line they were on. 10:26 mark here in the third period. Wolverines take control after the faceoff. Ringed around on the boards, held in by the Spartans. We're still 4-on-4 for another 30 seconds. Marquez with it, shot goes wide of the net. Grab there, I believe that's Crowley, we decided. For Damien in the dark green jersey. Bochter gets upended and separated from his stick. Wolverines now take control. 7 seconds remaining. Henriquez can't catch up to it. One, and corner out of the box now, and officially the Wolverines power play begins. So they've got 3 minutes. They can score often as they want, as much as they want. 5-minute major assess to the Spartans. Bochter brings it in, takes a shot, saved by the goaltender. Hit his pads. Blocked down there. Spartans get it up to Robles. He can't hold it in, and Wolverines take it back. Here comes Bochter. Bochter been out there for a long period, long time now. Switches back to play defense. Wolverines trying to get organized. They need one to tie it back up. And that one gets shot all the way over the glass. And we'll get a stoppage to play. 8:49 left on the game clock. Once again, you're watching the Anaheim Ducks High School Hockey League on CIH Media. Watching this game live on the live stream. But however, if you want to watch it again later on, or if your player is out on the ice, you'll need a subscription. Go to CIH/media.com for details. Bucket's driven back behind the net. So is the Wolverines on the power play, trying to get back in the game, tie it back up here. Spartans bring it down, gets taken away. Lockhart with the lone Wolverine goal out there now. Big body number 42. But Spartans doing a good job of keeping away from it. It was Marshall. Tries to get it. Damien player takes it around. One of the numberless wonders and puts it in short-handed. Does a nice little play, comes all the way down. Nice stick handling affair there. And the Spartans now up by 2 with 8:08 left here in the third. And that'll be a short-hander, as I said. Still a minute 26 on the power play for the Wolverines, and now they need 2 to tie. They haven't had much success on this power play trying to get set up. Damien's been able to keep it away from them. Take it away again. The Spartans right off the draw. Now here comes the Wolverines coming back. Walking in, try to pass over, shot went wide. Into the corner. Through the slot. Dibble was facing the wrong way. Big shot from the point. Little hopper bounce behind the net. Grabbed by the Spartans. Spartans trying to clear, they can't. Wolverines try to dump it back in the corner. Spartans now shoot it. Not held in. Here comes Damien back with it. Taken away there by 30. Long pass up. Try to get it to Dibble, and it goes long, and they're going to call this icing. Or as my coach used to say, the Cardinals sin on a power play, icing the puck. The draw, 7:21 left on the game clock, and 39 seconds remaining in the Wolverines' power play. Gonna need a little Maverick magic here as Top Gun's theme song was being played in the background. If the Wolverines are going to score on this power play, and here they come. Behind the goal line, looking for an outlet. Puts it right in that slot. Unfortunately, there was a Damien player there as Robles brings it back. Robles coming down. Tried to get by Bachter. He poke-checked it away. Smirjin gets it up. Grab there. And Magallanes now for the Spartans pick it up. And that's just going to about do it for the Wolverines' 3-minute power play. As we're now back. Even strength on both sides. And somehow, when that exchange started, everyone thought Inland Empire was going to have a huge advantage, and Damien scored 2 goals on it. A 4-on-4 even strength and a shorthander. So 6:18 left on the game clock. The Wolverines got to go to work, even strength here, and try to get back in it. Wolverine, as Lockhart kind of tripped over, I think, one of his own teammates' skates. Spartans bring it back. Here comes Marquez, shot. Going for the opposite corner, and a puck came out to the front, and the player was just sort of slapping at it, and it got in for Damien's 4th goal. They're up 4-1 with 5:52 remaining here in the 3rd period. Well, the Spartans that had scored a total of 3 goals in their first 3 games now find themselves with 4 in this one alone. So now they're starting to hit on old cylinders. It'll be even more amazing when their jerseys show up. We can actually know who these guys are. Face off. Wolverines now. Player falls down for the Spartans. Comes all the way back into the Damien zone. Grab there by one of the Spartans. Enriquez now gets it over to Lockhart. Nice shot by Lockhart. Saved by the Damien goaltender. Rebound, and he scrambles to cover up at 5:23 to go here in the 3rd. Well, now that shot count that has been heavily balanced towards the Spartans' attack is really starting to take weight here. 25-12, but a nice flurry there by the Wolverines. They're not quite dead yet. Still lots of time to get 3 goals to tie. Here come the Spartans back again. And now we're going to get a delayed penalty. We're going to get a high stick is the call. And it's going to go against Damien. And there's the player. If mom and dad are watching, Uncle Ant, number 80 on the back of his helmet. Let's see if we have a number 80 on our roster. That could be the famed Michael Ingram. So, if his helmet numbers match his roster number, who knows? So, Inland Empire back on the power play, but Damien takes control after the face-off. And the Wolverines scored their only goal on an even strength situation. Damien has a shorthanded goal and even strength. I don't believe we've had a power play goal tonight. There's a goaltender for Inland Empire, covers up. And that should be Gavin Dietert. 4:39. And the Wolverines need to get the puck back in the Spartan zone. Just get one. Don't think about the deficit, just get the next one. And they need to get it in a hurry. Damien directs it behind the Wolverines' net. Comes back to the Spartans' point. Wolverines drag it out. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Shot kind of goes off behind the net into the corner. Damien kicks it out. Wolverines drive it back in. Still about a minute to go on the Wolverines power play. Damien doing a good job of not letting the Wolverines get set up in their own zone and keeping the puck away from them. And Wolverines looking a little confused at the moment as Damien now brings it back in shorthanded. Put the puck in the crease. Player missed the rebound from the ricochet of the pass. Now back with numbers if they hurry are the Wolverines, but Damien takes control and fires it out to center ice, and that'll do it for this Wolverines power play. As Dibble on the blue line arrives it back in. 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Damien holding a 4-1 lead. And before the flurry of the 5-minute major, this was a 1-1 hockey game. Wolverines drive it back, but goes behind the net. Spartans doing a good job of simply keeping the puck away from the white jerseys at the moment. Couple of nice moves there. Here comes a little stick handling clinic. Takes a shot and rings it around, and wow. Puts the Sabre back into the sheath. And Damien now up 5-1, and where was that all night? That looked like a Connor McDavid play almost. Nice little stick handling, comes through at least 4 of the Wolverine players and just roofs it behind Dieter. 2:16 left, and the Spartans have put their stamp on this one. Interesting how this was a 1-1 game with about 8 minutes to go in the third period. Long shot there off the wall, and Damien has melted the ice on the Wolverine side. 4 unanswered goals by the Spartans. Damien did score first. The Wolverines tied it. It was early on in the second. And we're going to get an icing call here with a 1:16 to go in the third period. Since that 5-minute major, the Spartans have simply found another gear. Good to see. For some of you who don't know who I am, my son was part of the original Damien hockey team in 2010 under Coach Arnie Pappin. He played the first 4 years. JV championship, varsity championship game that didn't go our way against Capistrano in 2014, but big Damien family is me. I'm trying to be very partial. Always Spartans hold a special part for me, but don't really have any connection at all anymore. That's fun. Don't even know anybody on the team anymore. It's always fun to see Damien play. So we're under a minute to go here in the third period, and we're just waiting to see what the final score of this one is as we get an icing call on the Spartans. With 25 ticks and a decimal point 4 to go here in the third. Be hard to do 3 stars tonight since I don't have the proper who scored what stats in front of me because there's no jersey numbers. So we'll just do a short recap. 22 seconds to go. Shot there, taken by Plachowski. Goes wide. And the Wolverines maybe can pipe one back there, but Damien says no. In fact, Damien, now here comes Robles on a breakaway and puts it in. And that will be the exclamation point on tonight's game as the Spartans now 6-1. And that actually activates runtime with 3 seconds to go here in the third period. And that'll do it here from Rink 3 at Great Park Ice. Final score, the Damien Spartans 6, the Inland Empire United Wolverines 1. Hey, it's been fun for me to do the third period. Thank you to my statistician over here running the clock. And not much else we can say. We'll watch the boys go through the handshake line. Once again, you can rewatch this game tonight on CIH/media.com. Once we archive it, you will need a subscription. I'm sure some of the players out there will definitely like to take a look. Mom and Dad, it makes a great birthday or Christmas gift. Christmas is coming, by the way, just a few months away. So that'll do it here from Rink 3 at Great Park Ice. My name is Doug Peacock, one LEV. Wishing you all a good night, and always remember, keep your stick on the ice. Good night, everybody.